Hi, good morning. I'm Lynn Langett, and I'm going to be working with my friend.
Hi, I'm Kelly Kermode.
And we are working on learning all about GitHub. So we're going to go ahead and start by me sharing my screen. Kelly, can you see my screen okay?
I can.
Great. So the first tip when learning anything about GitHub, and we have a lot of curiosity, so this will be more than just this one video. We're going to make a bunch of different videos because we have a bunch of things we want to learn, is to make a dedicated repository. One of the things I see developers doing is trying to learn new features in production repositories, and that's just not a good combo. So I made a new repository here called Learning GitHub, and I went ahead and added Kelly to it. Now, when you add a person to a repository, they have to opt in, and you can verify that they're in the settings. And you can see under Manage Access, Kelly has accepted my invitation, and she's a collaborator. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and she's going to show you using a client tool.
So Lynn, can you see my screen? Yep. Okay, so this repository online looks like this, just as Lynn showed you. I currently have Github Desktop downloaded to my Mac, so we're going to start there. If I bring up Github Desktop, you can see that we've got navigation at the top, and then we have some tabs open on the top left. So my current repository that I'm working in is the Learning GitHub repository that we just viewed online. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to make a small change within these files. Right here, notice that it's talking about local changes. What sort of editors do you prefer to work on in your computer, in your local environment?
I'm a big fan of VS Code. What about you?
I've really actually been enjoying Sublime. I know Sublime is so easy for people starting out. It's an easy text editor. So let's go ahead and open up this repository in Sublime. I'll go and put a hello world into the editor, and I'll hit save. And you notice that it gives a little mark that it's been saved, and come back over here. GitHub Desktop recognizes that there's been a change, and I can put in the description added text, and I can commit this. I've altered a file that is locally on my machine. If I head over to the online version, you'll see that nothing's been changed here. The last time it was updated is 6 days ago. If I want to push this out to GitHub, I'll need to push it out to the origin, and I can hit that here. Let's see what's happened out here. I refresh. You can see that now there's been a change.
I like to use GitHub Desktop. I just think it's easy. So easy is good, especially when you're learning. Talking about easy, one of the things that I like in GitHub is the ability to put metadata on repositories, because I have a lot of repositories. If I open up a new window here, I have, I think, over 100. I've either created, forked, starred, something. And so if I go in and I'm trying to find my repositories, sometimes I forget the name of them, I forget what's in them. So one of the things that I think is a best practice for any repository, and I want to do it with my learning repository too, is you can see I have a bunch of them, is to set up the metadata. And it's really easy. You just click this gear right here, and you have a description. You can put a website. I've made several repositories that are companions to, for example, LinkedIn Learning courses. You want to have topics. And then there's some new capabilities here that we'll be exploring in subsequent videos. Release has been around for a long time, but packages and environments, and you can either turn them on or turn them off. So in addition to this, there's a whole bunch of other metadata or information that you can associate to your repository. You can make a wiki, for example. But one of the things that I think will be useful in this particular situation is to make a list of all the things we want to learn. And so for that, we're going to do a project board. And sometimes people call this like a Kanban board or a to-do board. And we're going to call this items to learn. And these are things we want to learn about GitHub. And then notice there's templates. So you can have none or Kanban or automated Kanban, bug triage. So we're going to just do basic. It's like a to-do list, basically. And then it has the classic Kanban, which is things that you want to do, things that you are doing, and things that are done. Now, Kelly, can you see this board? You should be able to see it on your version of the repository because you are a collaborator.
I do see it, yes.
Okay, great. Can you go ahead and just add a card by clicking the plus button?
Yep.
And then that should show up on my board here. Oh, there it is. Great. Okay, and then can you edit that? And then what is the next thing you'd like to learn in GitHub? You put one, I'll put one, then I think we're going to be done.
I thought it would be good for our audience to see how different repos have different characteristics and kind of what a DevOps team can work with within GitHub.
Awesome. And I want to have one turning card items into pull requests. Because again, that's actually how I work. I'm working with the startup right now, and one of the ways that we have visibility into our project is we have our boards visible, and then people who actually aren't devs can actually read the boards so they can see what's going on. Well, this is how we're getting started, and we're going to just keep making videos as we're learning. So, hopefully you'll join us. Give us feedback. Let us know what you are interested in learning. So, Kelly, thanks for your time, and I'll see you again soon, and we'll keep learning GitHub. Thanks.
All right. Bye, everybody.